and if you tell them
clearly
it's okay to
they don't
leave,
respect it because you guys are saying we're
but it's
misogynists for exerting
also
that boundary.
you should be tactful. Like when you talk to people, like you have to be. You don't have to, but it's the right thing to do to consider their feelings. You could be like, hey,
She clearly doesn't consider
you
my
don't have to
feelings.
call her in front of the
Oh,
girl.
here's the thing. Here's
you
the
could
thing.
just be like, hey, can
Why?
I gotta do something.
Why should I
Can you
respect
leave?
her feelings when she's not giving me what I want? She's not respecting my feelings. So why should see? That's the problem. Women want it one-sided. I want you to treat me like a princess regardless of whatever. I want you to give me the attention, whatever. But when a man puts his foot down and says, listen, I have boundaries too, and I have requirements as well. You don't want to fuck it out.
That's what.
And I was
mean.
very polite about it too. But if I call another
Right.
girl, right? Here's the thing. I can't choose how a woman feels.
It's fine that
If I call another
you know,
girl, it's called competition anxiety, which means other girls want guys that other women want to be with. So if I call another girl and she feels competition anxiety, it's not my fault that she feels that way. I'm doing what I'm going to do. How she feels is irrelevant to me.
Right. It's fine that she does, that you do tell her, you know, hey, I'm looking for like a hookup or whatever. So like, you know, it's fine. Like I can have somebody over, but to actually call somebody in front, like that's kind of like, it's like a little disrespectful, you know.
Lame.
It's
Yeah,
disrespectful.
very
Hold on.
lame.
No. It's disrespectful that she doesn't want to have sex.
It's disrespectful that a woman
Yes,
doesn't want to have sex.
because-
Disrespectful to who though? To
Okay,
you?
it's disrespectful because
Or-
I've spent my time hanging out with this woman and she doesn't want to have sex.
4+
So
hours,
therefore,
money.
she doesn't
time.
want to have sex. Cool. You got to leave now. Like I said, it is
That's fine.
that's the problem.
Well,
Like it is okay for women to exercise their they're able to leverage sex against men for compliance, but it's not okay for men to leverage attention for compliance.
Well, that if that's been established at that point, that's it is what it is.
Yeah, but it's implied though, because if you're going on a date with a guy and then you're like, you know what, I'm going on a date with a guy, spend hours with him, have him spend the money, and then you go to his place and you're like, you know what, I don't want to have sex. That's mad disrespectful. Why don't you tell him in the first place, you know what, I don't like you that much, but let's. If you're the woman, say, hey, you know what, I don't like it that much, but let's be friends and then see what happens. No sex tonight. Tell them up front. Don't wait. Don't play this kind of
But
mouse
some
game.
people they
I-
like
I-
having
I
sex
have
on the
something.
I
first
have a
date, you know?
perspective and I have a different type of view. So
Sure.
in my opinion, I feel like if you go on a date with a guy and you don't like the guy, and let's say, like you said, you've been dating for a long time, if he invites you to his house, don't go to his house. Some girls go to a guy's house and like
Facts.
they're in bed with the guy
Yep.
and they're cuddling with the guy
Yep.
and they're there making out with
This makes
you,
sense.
Half
doing the
naked.
most, and then
Yeah.
when the guy tries to make a move, they're like, whoa,
No,
I'm out
I
of
don't
here.
like
Like,
it.
no, don't end up in his room, in his bed, if you don't want to do
Yeah, this
anything.
makes
There you
it
go.
gross at that
From the
point.
beginning, if you're at dinner and you have no intentions of being with that guy, do not go home with them.
I got work in the morning. I gotta go home early.
You don't have to do that. Cuddling and the whole thing, that's not not gonna work.
The point I'm trying to make, which you guys just don't understand, is a man's attention is not free, just like your sex isn't free. He is not entitled to spend another second with you if you don't want to fuck. And that's the problem that women have here. You went to the extent of calling me a misogynist for exerting a boundary, which the woman also exerted as well. It was in response to her asserting her right. I don't want to have sex. Cool. You no longer are going to get my attention. How is that misogynistic than me hating women? I think that's me being intelligent about my time.
I've repeated myself like 5 times, but I'll say it again.
The definition of misogyny: hate and or contempt for
First of all,
women.
I think you guys are not straight up misogynist, because that would be stupid to be a straight up blatant. I don't think you're blatant about it, but you have a lot of misogynistic tendencies, which I think that's the key of this podcast, that you guys are able to reframe these ideas into a way that's consumable for like modern men to be like, oh yeah, this is okay to listen to, which is a whole other thing. But I was just saying that the manipulation part and like the entitlement that you felt in that video just because a woman doesn't want to have sex with you, the audacity, you have to punish her, you have to play these manipulative
So
games.
why are you entitled to his time then?
I'm not entitled to anyone's time.
You're saying by me removing her from the place, then she's
No, I
entitled to
didn't.
my
I
time.
did not say that. Are you listening to what I'm saying?
No, because you said it's misogynistic.
Playing those manipulative games. Like why the what you said in the video, that you feel entitled to having sex, that you feel like there should be consequences to the fact that she doesn't want to have sex with you.
Yes, there are consequences.
What's wrong with that?
She no longer gets my attention. That's the consequence.
If I'm out with a
No.
girl, right, and obviously I know what I want, she knows what I want. Why even come to my room? Like, I'm just saying, look,
Yeah.
if you're not into the guy, you're not into that. Understandable. it's your choice. You can
Mhm.
walk away and say, you know what, this was fun. I gotta go home. It was nice meeting you.
Yeah.
It's done. Right there, it's done.
Mhm.
But to go to this spot and then be like, all right, I don't know, da da da. What is that? Like, just don't show up.
Sometimes people don't like to give everything the first time they meet someone because that can be a little overwhelming.
And that's fine.
So maybe they might want to sleep with you the few days later, maybe.
Here's a problem. We're
Couple
talking about
weeks,
what the woman
but-
wants. What about what the man wants? Why is it when a man exerts what he wants, it's misogynistic? That's the problem. It's not
I mean,
misogynistic.
you're both.
No,
it's
no,
a
no, no,
two-way
no,
street,
no,
you're
no.
both
It's
each
not
other,
misogynistic.
right?
It's not
So-
misogynistic. It's realistic. For everything, for every action, there is a reaction. You just don't like the reaction because you no longer benefit from it. We tell men on this podcast, if women don't want to have sex with you, that's within their right. But it is also within your right to kick her the fuck out your house and get a girl that will. The problem is that when women no longer get what they want, right? The attention, resources, whatever, the guy is misogynistic. But if the guy continues to hang out with her and doesn't get what he wants, it's okay. It's okay for women to continue getting what they want, and it's not okay for men to exert boundaries. And then you went as far as to say, I'm going to keep going on this. I'm not going to stop until we get to the bottom of this. What about what I'm saying is misogynistic, the hatred and contempt of women for exerting a boundary?
I already said that a lot of your videos have the misogynistic tendencies. You're not a blatant misogynist, and I already said that in the video.
There's no
your
you
mindset.
You can't like preface the word with blatant or whatever. Misogyny is misogyny. That is the definition.
Wait, what are
Hate
you
or
gonna
contempt
say?
for women.
Sorry.
I was
Where am I
saying-
openly saying I hate women? I hate women, or I can have contempt for them or whatever.
Well, there's different types of misogyny. There's definitely blatant misogynists, just like there's blatant racists, and racists that are not as blatant about their racism. They're not as open about it. There's the same thing with misogyny. And like I was saying, you're within your right. If you don't want to hang out with a girl, you can kick her out. Go ahead, do whatever you want. You're within your right. I'm not arguing with you about that.
So how is exerting a right that I have
We have it right here.
misogynistic?
Definition of misogyny: hatred of, aversion to, or prejudice against women.
Yes.
So you're saying that that's who we are.
I said you have a lot of misogynistic tendencies underlying in your videos. Yes.
Prejudice.
And I feel like you guys, I feel you guys are being very, what's it called? When you're trying to fight something very, you're getting really offended that I'm saying this. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend you guys.
No, but
get
we're
triggered.
not simply telling you if you're going to make a claim and call us misogynist.
Please tell us.
I have been. I've repeated myself like
You have
5
not.
times.
No, you haven't.
Like I
that-
said,
That's the
okay.
reason why we're telling you to continue is because that does not prove misogyny whatsoever. Exerting a boundary for undesirable behavior from women is not misogyny.
It's
Okay,
like being,
But prejudice, you're like having prejudice towards a preference towards men over women in certain areas or like in different areas.
did you girls get what I was saying though? Did you understand what I was saying? I'm saying
Yeah.
you're within your right to kick a girl out, not want to be around her if she doesn't want to have sex with you. You're within your
That
right.
is not misogyny.
I'm saying that's not misogyny. I'm saying you're
So
within
what
your
is?
right to do
So
that.
what is misogyny then?
I was saying that the way in which you speak about women in that video, you're saying that, oh, because she doesn't want to have sex with me, there should be consequences, and you have
Yes.
to give women anxiety and make them feel bad about it. And
I
it's
never
like,
said that.
why?
I said you simply call another woman.
Play manipulative games? Yeah,
You
you're
call
making a
another
woman feel
woman.
bad.
Hold on. You call another woman. Competition anxiety comes. The girl will be like, oh, who is this other girl he's calling? Whatever. I can't choose how she feels.
You know what you're doing. You're trying to play manipulative games.
No. I'm trying to get sex, and a byproduct of that is that she's getting anxiety.
You just gotta tell her straight up, hey, I'm gonna have some company later. Can you go?
Yeah.
But you don't
No,
gotta
but-
be like,
So-
oh, hey, you wanna come
girls,
pull
girls,
up?
Ladies, hold on.
to my
And
crib,
this is
you
why
know?
men should never listen to women when it comes
Never.
to dating, relationships, and advice because
Yeah.
you guys don't understand what it takes to be attractive as a man to a woman. As a man to a woman, you know what you may like or whatever it is, but you don't know what makes you attractive as a man. And having boundaries and exerting those boundaries, regardless of how she feels, is what makes you attractive. Being indifferent to female emotion. So, again, it is not misogynistic to have boundaries and exert them.
That's not what I'm saying. You are free to have your boundaries. Free to have your boundaries.
So then where are we misogynistic? I'm gonna keep
I've
going.
said it
I'm gonna keep
five-
going.
so-
You can't make claims like that and not be able to
I
back
I've
it up.
said it 5 times.
I
already.
think honestly that we should agree to disagree. In my opinion, I feel like based on what she's saying, I think that if you want to invite another girl over, you don't have to make it public. You don't have to tell her, hey,
Yes.
another
Did I
girl's
not say-
coming
hold on,
over.
hold on. In the video, did I not say go in another room and make a phone call?
Oh, okay. I didn't hear that part. I understood
selective
that you would
hearing.
have made the call in front of the girl.
Selective
Based on what
hearing.
I've heard.
I said you're gonna get up and go into another room and use the phone.
Okay. Okay.
That's
Well,
what I
look,
said.
if you make the call in another room and you want to invite another girl and say, hey, look, listen, it's time to go. It's time to go.
yeah, but
Why would that
That
give her
kind of thing.
social
But that
anxiety?
doesn't-
If
wait,
she's
That
I'm not
doesn't change
aware.
anything.
Exactly.
If she's not aware, what
Because
would
it's
that
not
give
what
her
he was
anxiety?
saying. It's not what he
That
meant.
doesn't
That's
make
why.
sense.
That's why it doesn't make sense. But
Ladies,
it's not
hold
what
on,
he
hold on.
meant.
Ladies, anxiety and hatred are two different things. If you give a
Mhm.
woman anxiety, that's not hatred.
But how
She
would
won't
she
have
get?
anxiety if she
She
doesn't
won't have
know that
anxiety
you're
if she
calling
doesn't
another
know,
woman
yeah.
in another
Yeah,
room.
like
I
you
can,
want her to
ladies,
know.
you wear makeup, you have different hair colors, you have, stuff like that. That's playing a game. You're manipulating men's emotions to get what you want, correct? If anything, you'll be here natural and, onto the podcast. But men have certain ways to get women, and that's what he's saying. He's like, listen, I don't hate her.
It's
but
okay for you to manipulate
Yo.
the way you look and to change it and distort it to get attraction from women and attention from men. But it's not okay for men to exert boundaries, and then that's considered manipulation.
Yo,
Okay.
this example of like when a girl says to you, "Hey, I'm coming over. We're not having sex, okay?" And you're like, "Yeah, cool. Let's just chill." But you really want to tell her, we're gonna fuck. But if you tell her that off rip, she's gonna be like, "Nah, I'm not coming."
Nah, I ain't
Exactly.
coming.
She comes over, you guys chill, the vibe is there, things happen. You can't say things like that straight up because you gotta understand, right? We understand how women work, so we're not gonna say things up front like that. You gotta do it a certain way. You gotta be smooth with it.
Women have an issue
Yeah,
with
it's
direct
not blatant
communication.
misogyny.
Yeah.
They have an issue with direct communication. So I mean, again, like I said, there nothing in that is misogynistic.
I think you guys are kind of missing what I'm saying still. But I'm just saying like in
No,
the
but you've been saying the same thing over, and it's not
Yeah,
misogyny. Is
I'm
what I'm
say-
trying to say. You've repeated yourself multiple times,
Okay.
and I've told you what you have said is not misogyny.
you in the video you are speaking about women as if we're dogs that need to be submissive and be taught a lesson. And it's just like I don't know if you can see that there's so many like misogynistic like
I'm teaching men to be leaders, which is inherently attractive to women.
sorry. Oh, okay.
I'm teaching men to be leaders, which is inherently attractive to women.
But earlier in the podcast you said that women can't be in leadership roles, that they can't
They
lead.
cannot, which is why I said I'm teaching
So
men how
you're-
to be in a leadership role to be attractive to women.
Okay, yeah. So I would argue that also that comment that you made that women cannot be leaders is pretty misogynistic as well. But I mean, look, we all have
Okay,
different
name one matriarchy that has stood the test of time.
Just one.
Just one. Just one.
Please one.
We got you.
name a what?
A
One
matriarchy
See,
that has stood the test of time.
you don't even
A
know.
female-led society.
Female-led
That's not
society.
possible in this world.
No, I mean they're
And
just
you
they're
mentioned earlier the patriarchy.
Because
So-
of patriarchy, it's not
What's the
possible.
definition?
No,
because
they're-
of the way it was created. But it could be a different one. But it
'Cause
won't.
okay, hold on.
It
hold on,
won't,
'cause
but it could
everything
be.
I say on this podcast is rooted in fact. I said women cannot lead and they're not capable of being leaders. You said that's misogynistic. I said, okay, that's misogynistic. Tell me one matriarchy that has stood the test of time.
I'm
a
not
female-led society.
first of all, there haven't been a lot, but I'm
There's
also
been
not
none.
I'm not a history major. I'm sorry that I don't have this written on the back of my
Okay,
hand.
well here's the thing. If you're gonna
but-
make claims like that,
No, but there's also a lot of women that tons of women representatives,
Female
senators,
presidents,
female presidents all around the world. Some of the most some of the most successful countries in combating COVID were women leaders.
Mhm.
So
That's true. Europe, especially.
Yeah.
That's again. Like I said, women aren't built to be leaders. Name one matriarchy that has existed at the beginning of time. There is none.
okay, you just want to disregard what I said. But
No.
okay.
Are we a matriarchy?
I just said
Women built the world that you live in.
I just gave you
I'm
clear
sorry,
examples of
men built the world that you live in that allowed women to even be able to rise up to leadership positions within the world that men built.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
Okay.
Women have played a great role in society as well, but I just gave you examples
This is
of
hold on. This is not to say men are better than women.
I just gave you examples of women-led countries in Europe that have been doing great during the pandemic, led by women, and like
Which
you just want to
countries?
skim
Which-
over that.
Which countries?
Look it up, Google it.
Switzerland, maybe.
How are you going to make a claim and not be able to back it up?
I don't remember the country in my head right now. I'm sorry I don't have it written on the back of my hand,
So you
like I
say it?
said, but
Yo, this is
South
comedy
America
right here.
has had female presidents.
I
in
forgot-
Europe, parts of Europe.
yeah, if you just do a
too.
quick Google search,
Yeah,
I'm sure you can
it's
find
quite-
it.
and not that much, but it's like quite a few, like a handful. Or
Yeah, I'm saying so. Those are just
Yeah.
a few examples of women in leadership roles that are doing great
what's
jobs.
the first name?
I said, why would I remember this woman's first and last
Well,
name?
you're saying it.
You can Google it.
I mean, if you're gonna make a claim, guys, you got to be able to substantiate. You
Google
can't
it.
just make like random claims. No, there is a matriarchy that's existed. There is none. Oh no, there's been plenty of female leaders. And here's the other thing too. Yeah, we have women leaders in
viewers
the
are saying it.
world that men have created. This isn't, ladies. You guys are thinking like I'm saying men are better than women. I'm not saying that. I'm saying men are better at certain things than women, and leadership just happens to be one of them. And as a matter of fact, and especially we say within the confinements of a relationship, men have to lead, not women. What is wrong with that? I'm teaching guys how to be leaders with women in an attractive state.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, and a part of being a leader is reinforcing boundaries and punishing bad behavior from your girlfriend that's undesirable.
I mean, we love
I
females.
know you don't like the way I say it, but it's the truth. If I have a boundary and a girl doesn't stick to it, all right, well, you know what? I'm not fucking with you no more. Break up with her, whatever, and then she's gonna come back correct.
Like, for example, your friends flaked tonight. Did we, hate them? No. I mean, you gotta punish their behavior because what happens? We have a podcasters do, and it has to be done.
There's punishment. Here's the thing: when I say within the relationship with a man and a woman, it's met with contempt. But everyone exerts boundaries. If a man doesn't pay for a first date, you punish that bad behavior and you don't hang out with him again, correct? Or maybe he wasn't funny, you're cool. You punish that bad behavior. There's consequences. You don't hang out with him again, correct? Why is it a problem when a man has a consequence for a woman, but it's not okay when a woman has a consequence for a man?
Silence.
I've just repeated myself so many times. I don't want to repeat myself
the
again.
same thing over again. It's not.
But what
nothing
you're
new.
saying is incorrect, is what I'm trying to say. You keep saying having boundaries with women is misogynistic, and I'm saying
That's not what I said. How many times? I'm sorry. How many times have I said that a man can have his own boundaries? Right? There's nothing wrong with that.
But then you're saying that what we see in videos is misogynistic.
Does anyone want to reword what I said? Because I just feel tired repeating myself at this point.
No, it's not that you're tired. You've been repeating yourself. It's that you have not been able to substantiate your accusation that we're misogynistic.
I said you have some misogynistic tendencies in your content. Yeah, you do.
And you have not been able to substantiate it.
I just said, you want me to repeat myself again?
You have not been able to substantiate it because we gave you the textbook definition of misogyny, and nothing that we've shown, which is what you claimed was misogynistic, showed misogyny.
You said multiple times women can't be in leadership roles. That's a lie. Big fat lie.
But it's not a hatred of women, though. They can't be.
That's rooted in biological fact.
What do you think that?
Because we're saying they can't do something doesn't mean we hate women.
Women are incapable of being in leadership roles. Well, they are today in today's society. I'm so sorry to tell you, and they're doing great jobs at it.
Women can't be in a leadership role within the confinements of a relationship with a man. Remember, we're talking about you have a girl over at your place. Women cannot lead men in a relationship.
Okay, well then why'd you just ask me about successful women leadership roles in the world if we're not talking about that?
Because I'm saying that the world that we live in was built by men and no matriarchy has ever survived. Therefore, men are born leaders.
Okay, so then why are you asking me about world examples if we're talking about romance? I don't understand.
Because it also applies.
Okay, exactly. So women are capable of leadership
for this
roles.
specific conversation, we're talking about men have to lead within a relationship, and you lead by exerting boundaries.
I think it's healthy for everyone to exert boundaries. Yeah.
Good. But men especially have to do it.
So
women and men have to exert boundaries. I was saying the way you were referring to women, that women are these, these people that have to be submissed and take and
women have
put
to be submissive for a relationship to work.
Okay.
I mean,
did you or did you not say earlier? I said who leads in a relationship? You said men, correct?
A lot of times men do, yeah.
Okay, so for a leader to exist, someone must submit to their leadership, correct?
Okay, yes. What about
You're using submission as if it's a bad word. Submission is not a bad word. Following a man's lead is not bad.
I think anyone who watches that video can see the undertone of the video and say, yeah, there's a misogynistic undertone to that video, because you're talking about women as if they're these people, these things, these beings that because they don't want to have sex with you, there's consequences to not wanting to have sex, and that they have to be submissed and like put into control because they don't want to have sex with you. And yeah, there's a misogynistic tone to that. And it's a very, honestly, pretty rapey misogynistic tone to that contributes to like a lot of sexual violence against women all over the world.
At what point did he say to put a hand on women? At what point?
How's that rapey?
Did I say that? It didn't come out of my mouth.
You just said rapey.
Some people might interpret it.
Some people interpret it as that.
You might
yeah.
think of it like in an innocent way, but
how is telling a woman to leave after she doesn't want to have sex rapey?
No, it's the consequence.
No. If you're not gonna say this, hell no. We going all.
He said to leave.
Yeah.
No,
how is
it
that?
would be the opposite. But I'm saying she's referring to the part where he says there are consequences. Some guys might see, consequences.
Yeah.
I gotta take.
I'm not saying you see it as that. I'm not saying you do at all. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that a lot of men take that type of mentality and they take it like to a different extent, and they, there's.
We don't operate on what ifs, could haves, and whatever.
Okay. Well, that's the reality.
I'm saying no, it's not the reality, because I'm simply saying woman doesn't want to have sex. Cool, you must leave. Period. There's nothing rapey about that. If anything, in the video I said I respect your boundaries, but you have to leave.
There you go.
and then you said this podcast, so you're addressing us in this studio. You know what I'm saying?
The
so,
content.
As
Yeah, so the
misogynist.
content.
The
So,
As
con-
misogynistic,
concept.
and it comes off as rapey. Under where did we say there do anything that is rapey?
Every girl I deal with never ever said that to me. Any girl on the show that's been on the show never said that either. So you're saying that right now. I want you to tell us
And she said she
exactly
didn't like the
why
tone as well. She didn't like
why
the tone.
you're saying that. If you tell us why you're saying that and there's facts behind it, I'll believe you.
Like I said, I'm not saying you guys are rapey at all. I'm not saying that. I'm sure you guys are not. I'm sure you guys would never do something like that. That's not what I'm saying.
You said it comes off as rapey.
I'm saying that contributes to that type of mentality that men have, that they feel so entitled to a woman that, yeah, a lot of times they commit acts of sexual violence against women. And it's unfortunate and it's true.
On the contrary, we're telling them to not do that and to find another girl.
He just told him to leave.
What?
Like okay,
Yes,
I can
yes.
understand if he said to hold her down,
Hold her
hold her by the
down,
neck,
lock
Yeah.
the door.
so make her
Call a
submit.
girl.
He said
No,
to leave.
I'm
call
not
another
saying,
girl.
but I'm not saying about the fact that he told her to leave. I'm saying about the fact that you guys in that video were saying that women are these beings that that need to be
Not beings.
submissive, that need to be taught to like be put into their place if they don't want to have sex with you.
Pause.
Like,
Play the video one more time, Chris,
Oh
because
my
I
God.
didn't hear
Yeah, where did I
any
say?
of that.
Where did I say put her in
Hold
her
on,
place
play
and she has to
video.
have sex with
Chris,
you?
play the video one more time, please.
Yeah, like
'Cause
nah.
I did not
we're gonna
hear
go all the way with this.
none of that.
If you're
Like,
gonna
what
make
the
claims like this,
fuck?
you gotta back it up all the way, man. And we got
Oh.
11,674
Guys,
people
like the
watching
video,
right now.
come to the channel. This is crazy right now. I can't believe this.
Yeah, see, she got you because of her flexible definition of misogyny. Nail down the definition and you stop her. Exactly, which is what we're saying. If you're gonna make a claim, ladies, you got to be able to stand on it.
'Cause
with-
look,
with 2 feet
We love women
all the way. Yeah,
all day, every day. But
we're gonna play
to
it again.
say that,
Where
man.
do I say that?
Once again,
All
come
right,
on.
let's play it again.
Play the clip.
At your crib and she says, "Oh, I don't want to have any bedroom fun." Totally cool. You can't get mad. You basically get up, say, "All right, no problem," and you're gonna go call another girl, okay? And then what's gonna happen is she's gonna hear you talking to another girl. Competition anxiety spikes, and then you're gonna come back and you're gonna tell her, "Listen, I respect your boundaries. I understand you don't want to have any bedroom fun, but I got my needs, and I'll see you later." And you tell her to leave. Simple as that, guys. Never, ever let a girl leverage bedroom fun against you to try to get some compliance. She's within her right to not give you the fun, but you're within your right to get the fun from somebody else. Don't be stupid. Don't chase, replace.
How is that grapey? He said to leave, and you know what? Someone else, if they're down, cool.
Yeah.
If not, it's cool.
yeah, the actions in that video are not wrong. I'm saying you're entitled to leave. You're entitled to tell her to leave. I'm just saying
No,
that.
but you pointed out that video many times. So that video is
Yeah,
was wrong.
yeah, for sure. The mentality of that video that you have to play these mental manipulative games with a woman because she doesn't want to give you her body. Yeah, I mean, there is something wrong with that, I think.
I would say it's pretty straightforward.
If I
You're
tell her
telling
to
her
leave,
You could have
how is that?
texted the girl, another girl, and be like, "Hey, can you come over later?"
If I'm in my
Without
own home,
having
why
to-
should I
That's
change what I'm?
rude. Like, it's just rude, and like
It's
we're
rude that she doesn't want to have
adults.
sex too.
Speak it to the mic. That's rude.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like that it's rude. Like y'all don't like it. Here's the
See-
thing: women want to have the leverage at all times. I want to be able to dictate when we fuck. I want to be able to
I have
dictate
to
how
wear
everything-
makeup,
and
all
that's
kinds
cool.
of stuff to manipulate
But when a
men.
man puts his foot down and says, "I'm not tolerating this," you got to get out. That's a problem. Why is it a problem for a man to have boundaries and standards? Why is it okay for a man to say, "I'm not waiting for sex, get out"?
And you
Why is that a
understand, right?
problem?
This is for men, not for women.
Mhm.
Why is that a problem?
So you taking it that way, understandable. But this is for men that want to actually get laid, or for example, want to find a woman that actually wants them. Because look, if you don't want the guy, that's fine. You can leave. You can find somebody else that you want. I'll find somebody else that I want. It's simple. It's not
Yeah.
grapey. It's like, okay, you don't want me.
And where did I say put her in her place and all this extra stuff?
I'm not saying that.
That's what you said
tell-
earlier.
Oh no, I'm saying I'm responding
Put
to
her in her place. There's consequences.
because I'm saying that you wanting her to leave, calling another, that's fine. That you do what you want to do. You have your free will to do whatever you want. I'm saying that mentality of your ego's so hurt that a woman doesn't want to have sex with you. Why should there be consequences to that? Because she doesn't want to have sex with you. If she doesn't want to have sex with you, she doesn't want to have sex with you.
But who's
and that's
hurt?
fine.
He's not hurt.
You're
He's just
saying-
getting what he wants.
I'm happy. Good.
You're saying that you're obviously you feel some type of way.
No.
You obviously feel some type of way because you feel the need to play these manipulative games to make the girl feel bad. Is what I'm saying. That's the messed up part. That's what I'm saying.
I'm actually happy. You know why? Because now I know she doesn't want me like that. That's fine. You go your way. I'm gonna go my way. it's done at that point.
Then if you
How is that like?
if you didn't feel some type of way about it, you wouldn't be calling someone else to play manipulative mind games on her,
No,
right?
no. Understand, right?
Hmm.
You want to have a date, you want to have fun, cool. I want to get laid.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to do it, that's fine. If Jackie won't do it, Becky might. What's wrong with that?
But you gotta understand, Myron said go to another room and call another girl,
And then come back.
and say, hey, listen, you're in your right to do what you want. Please leave.
But he also said that she's gonna hear you talking to another girl. So
Okay.
obviously your
If she
intention was
hears you
for
talking,
you to.
it's not the intention. It's I'm gonna
for her
do
to
what I'm gonna
hear,
do,
you
and
know?
a byproduct of it is she overhears it. That's on her. I'm not gonna go. Remember, ladies, I'm in my own home here.
You very clearly said manipulative mind games, though, like the anxiety thing, the whole thing. So it's just like it just gives this undertone of like, oh yeah, women
Women
need to
don't
be put in their,
manipulate and play games with
women
men?
need to be. You're not acknowledging what I'm saying right now.
No, I am.
Like you're like,
Can we just agree
I'm
to
making-
disagree?
yeah, no, of course.
Nah,
and-
she
No,
made
we
crazy
can't.
I think we should
accusations.
just continue with the questions.
no, and
No.
of course, everyone's gonna have
I'm reading the
different
comments and
opinions.
they're all like,
Everyone's
"Can
gonna
we
have
just
different
keep
opinions, and
going?"
that's fine.
No, the comments aren't saying we could keep going.
Let's read the chats real
saying
quick.
it's
Read the
one
chats
way.
real quick.
Neil Hikari, I had to come back from Ninja watching this girl sound ridiculous. We all looking at you crazy right now because they literally pulled up the video. You mentioned mad props to Fresh and Fit crew. I don't know how you all deal with this craziness every week. Yeah, I know, man.
I know.
$200 super sticker from Z. Thank you so
thank
much.
you,
I
Z.
appreciate it.
Your brother.
We got our boy Jabrizi Magic. They're just mad. Myron is revealing the one trick they have in their bag. They're in Miami. Obviously, this is how they are getting across the events and opportunities. Yeah, that's what girls do is leverage sex against guys for
Jabrizi in the
compliance,
building.
and we tell guys not to do it.
What up, Neil?
Shout out to him.
We got Devin Sayers.
There is literally no logic, proof, or sense to Red's statement whatsoever. Myron's here, some bread. I am sorry you have to deal with this because statements like this are what hurts a man's reputation and image if unchallenged. Yeah, that's why I'm challenging her on it.
Facts.
Because if you're gonna say we're misogynistic or rapey, you got to be able to substantiate it, and she's still not been able to do that.
My mom watches this podcast. My sister as well. What part of this is rapey? Please tell
I
me.
just said you guys yourselves. I'm sure you guys are not rapey guys. I'm saying that this type of mentality that women have to be punished and there's consequences to not having sex contribute to this dangerous idea, this
Overall,
rapey
yeah.
dangerous idea. Not you guys. I'm not saying you guys do this. I'm saying overall, men will get this and run with it.
I would argue that telling men to not wait around for sex actually makes it less rapey because they're kicking you to the curb and
Exactly.
finding another girl that wants to have sex.
And then who in the chat wants to do that? Please tell me.
I don't mean she's saying not because the man doesn't want to have sex. It's the word it's the choice of words that you're using, which interpret
Okay.
can be interpreted
Listen,
in different
you guys
ways.
can say tone. You guys can say words and all those other stuff. Where did I challenge the idea? Let's not challenge how it's being said. Let's challenge the idea. What's wrong with exerting boundaries, and how does that make a man misogynistic?
I've already said there's nothing wrong with exerting boundaries.
Okay.
Okay, so
So
we're on the same page.
So how am I misogynistic?
Again.
There is no misogyny. There is. That's the thing. Like,
Okay, well,
all right, I think the chat.
straight up, you were wrong.
no.
That's what it is. You were incorrect. We are not misogynistic.
Okay. Well,
We are
we
realistic.
can disagree. That's fine. And I think that maybe if you guys want to be open-minded, just like I plan to be open-minded after this podcast, I want to rewatch it and I'll be open-minded. But I think you guys should be open-minded too to, the content you're putting out, the way in which you're saying things, the roots to what you're saying, things like where they come from. And I
Just
hope-
like women are being empowered to make their own decisions and do what they want, we're empowering men to not tolerate the bullshit from female liberation. A woman is free to do what she wants, but that does not mean that men have to go on her program. They're liberated as well to do what they want, and that means getting rid of the girl and finding another one. That's what we teach guys.
And another
Yeah.
one.
Exactly.
And
Get
another
girl
one.
because
And another
because when
one.
girls-
DJ Khaled.
The thing is this: women don't like it when a man puts boundaries up and says, "I'm replacing you." Then I literally said in the video, "Chase, don't replace."
Okay.
It's just that women treat men as expendable commodities. They take out the guys go out on dates with them. They have sugar daddies, whatever it is.
Pay the bills.
Pay the bills. Guys are taken out on multiple dates. They don't fuck the girls. I teach guys to treat women like expendable commodities back. Ladies want to exert their boundaries and say, I want to do this and I want to do that. And you're not getting sex. You got to treat her just like she treats you. She doesn't want to fuck. Cool. You're going to move on to another girl and replace her. What is wrong with a man being liberated just like women are liberated to do as they want?
It's no force. It's just
no
like,
force.
Just,
If
just
anything,
bounce.
it's the opposite. You're getting rid of a girl that's non-compliant.
Yeah. I mean,
There's
it's-
consequences to actions. Just like if a guy took you on a bad date and you didn't like the date, you don't talk to him again, right? He has to suffer consequences for fucking up on the date. What's wrong with a man making a woman suffer for consequences for not getting what he wants?
Making her suffer for not having sex with you.
Notice how I literally said women make
That's
men
what you
suffer.
wanted in the video,
So,
right?
Hold on,
Wait,
wait, no. Hold on. Notice how I said she didn't say a word when I said women make men suffer consequences when they take her out on a bad date. But when a man makes her suffer consequences for not getting what he wants, she has contention with that.
What?
Okay, I'm gonna slow that down. I'm gonna repeat it. I said if a woman makes a man face consequences for a bad date, she punishes him for those consequences. He has to suffer consequences for not taking her on a good date. You didn't say a word.
I just wouldn't go on a date if I didn't like the date.
He
Why
suffers
am I gonna?
consequences. He doesn't get to see you again.
Yeah, but that's because I don't want to go on another date with you if I didn't like the date. Yeah.
Good.
That's fine.
Good. And I didn't say, and that's fine. But what I said is when a man makes a woman suffer consequences for not getting what he wants, you immediately had a point of contention.